Spirituality and IVF treatment. It might seem unusual that an IVF doctor is talking about spirituality, but the reality is that IVF treatment is extremely taxing on the patient. No matter what you do, the outcome of an IVF cycle is always going to be uncertain because there's so many moving parts, so many variables, and we cannot control the final outcome because even though our technology is very good at making embryos, once we put that embryo, that blastocyst back inside the uterus, whether it's going to implant or not is not something you can control and not something a doctor can control either. And this is why IVF doctors need to be humble and realize that there is a lot we can do, but equally there's a lot we can't do. And that's why it's important that patients have realistic expectations as well. Where do the problems arise? When doctors make huge promises, when they promise the patient the earth and the moon, oh, don't worry, our success rates are 90%, you're young, your chances are very good, there's a top quality embryo, of course you're going to get pregnant. And then because the patient's hopes are so high, misleadingly high of course, because the doctor's being lying to them, when that cycle fails, the patient goes to pieces. The patient is crushed. The patient was sure she was going to get pregnant. The doctor told her she was going to get pregnant. And then when the cycle fails, she doesn't know what to do next. And therefore she takes out her anger. And she usually takes out the anger on the doctor. But you know what? The doctor magically starts telling a completely different story. I did everything possible. It's just your bad luck. You're in that 10%. All the other 10 patients in my clinic got pregnant. You must have done something wrong. Maybe you didn't rest, or you got too stressed out, or you didn't take the medicines. Classical victim blaming by bad doctors. These are the same doctors who hide information from patients and do not give them photos of the embryos. So there's no transparency, no accountability, no answerability. And the poor patient is stuck. And the patient is forced to believe what the doctor tells them, even though it's complete lies. And that's why spirituality is so important, because it gives the patient a certain degree of stability, a certain degree of being able to cope with the uncertainty. Because an IVF cycle is full of ups and downs, and you never know which cycle is going to work or why it didn't work. So that when the cycle is going well, you're growing eggs, you have good quality embryos, you're hopeful, and when they don't implant, you get depressed. It can be very hard to live with these ups and downs. And that's why with spirituality, you understand that there's lots of stuff in your life which you can't control. And if nothing else, spirituality helps you to come to terms with the fact that there is no point in worrying about the 100 things in life which you can't control. You only need to focus on the things which you can. The good news is there's a lot in your control, and the most important thing in your control is being well informed about IVF treatment so that you can find the right IVF doctor, a doctor who's open, transparent, kind, shares information with you, tells you exactly what's going on, so you're in safe hands. You need to be able to find a doctor whom you can trust. You don't need to become an IVF expert if you find the right IVF expert. That's the secret. And the only way to do that is by investing in information therapy and also understanding that not everything is in human hands. And the sooner you do this, the easier the ride will be for you.